I apologize for being so close on schedule, but it's been a busy morning. In fact, at one point I had to pull off the road to join a conference call so we could hire a new president of one of our schools. But I'm glad to be here. But more importantly, I'm glad that you are here. I'm so impressed that we have this kind of turnout or this kind of occasion. I'm going to be very brief. I always have some trepidation when I know I'm the only thing standing between you and food. But let me just say that one of the things that I say to prospective administrators and faculty who might be considering or already in the early stages of their careers in higher education, if you want to be involved in a creative, exciting career, higher education is a place to be going forward. But if you don't like change, if you want to be in a steady state all the time, you probably need to make another decision. I don't say that negatively. I say it with a great deal of excitement and encouragement. I have prepared remarks, but you can obviously tell I'm not using them. We're entering an era, and we're just at the front stages of it, when the changes that we're going to have the opportunity to put into place, particularly in public higher education, are going to be challenging and exciting. But because of the expertise of people like you in this room and the wonderful faculties that we have at all of our institutions, we can now do some things that we've been talking about for decades. I can remember the early efforts to implement zero-based budgeting. That was a great buzzword back then. Jimmy Carter introduced it in Georgia. It was introduced, but quite candidly, it didn't produce anything. And one of the reasons it didn't produce anything is we did not have the intellectual knowledge and we did not have the technological ability to really do what zero-based budgeting promised to do. We now have that. We're entering an age of accountability to a level that we have only could have imagined a few years ago. I embrace this new challenge and opportunity. I embrace it, though I'm confident that of all the people in this room this morning, I am the least technological efficient person in the room. But I recognize what it can do. I also recognize what it's going to take for us to be successful in the frontiers and challenges ahead of us. It's one thing for administrators like me, administrators like Provost Bross, Vice Chancellor Davis, to embrace it. But we can only carry it so far. We recognize that we're absolutely dependent on the tremendous reservoir of talent that we have in the university system. Not just technological talent, but also those folks who are so pedagogically efficient. They've been there, they know how to teach, they know what has to be presented, they know that we have to preserve the intellectual and academic integrity of how we use technology going forward. And so if we're going to be successful in this great effort of what the title of the symposium, MOOCS and beyond, we have to engage our faculty and our experts on our campus. I'm fond of saying that as bright as our staff is at the University System of Georgia office, we produce very little academically. We teach no classes, we graduate no students. Everything that we do should be focused on facilitating the tremendous work that goes on at our institutions. I know that there are some presidents among the 31 who feel that we maybe do less facilitating than meddling, but that's always the perspective. I will have to admit that when I was at the institutional level at the University of Georgia, I was perhaps one of the biggest critics of the central office, and now I am one. And so we will keep that in mind. But because of what people like you in this room have been doing in our institutions, Georgia cooperatively is looked upon as a national leader. It didn't come about by accident. It came about by the things that are doing in places like Columbus State, Georgia Tech, and other institutions. And we want to build upon that. We want to continue to be not a front runner just for bragging rights. We want to be a front runner because we feel, and I feel, that for us to do what we need to do in Georgia from an economic development perspective, from a quality of life perspective, that we have to do a better job of serving students. That's really our total mission, is what we do is to benefit students. If that is a question we ask ourselves every day, then those things that we do that follow will be successful and be relevant. The era in which we are now and will become more immersed in the months and years ahead is challenging and exciting, but it's also daunting. And also some people are moving into this with some trepidation because change is not always easily embraced. We in higher education don't have a great track record in terms of embracing a change very quickly. We talk about it a lot, but we're now at the point where we have to do it. I think the key word in the title of the symposium is MOOCS. That's an important word, but the key word, and beyond. We don't know what's beyond. We know in the field and issues that you're discussing at this symposium, there's going to be a lot of beyond. If anyone tells you they know exactly what's going to happen, exactly what the world is going to look like in higher education because of new technology, what it's going to look like in 10 years, grab your wallet. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But you folks are in a position to help us not only know, but to shape what it's going to be like in the next 5, 10 years. We do know this, that we have the opportunity for MOOCs, online education, however you define it, to have a significant impact in all aspects of higher education, and the academic availability, the course availability, the quality availability, the experiences that our students have on campus and in the classroom and in sitting in front of the computer. And we're dependent on your expertise to guide us and lead us in that. I'll close just by saying that I know everyone in the university system, particularly presidents, are getting tired of me talking about the new normal. The term new normal hasn't been around all that long. But in the last 2 or 3 years, the frequency with which that term is used is growing at a dramatic pace. It's a term that is relevant, although some may say it's becoming trite. It may become trite because you're tired of hearing it, but don't fool ourselves. It is real. And we have a responsibility to shape this new normal in such a way that all of our institutions, that all of our students can excel and achieve all that they are able to achieve. That's our mantra. That's the charge that we have accepted at the University System of Georgia office. That is the focus of the Board of Regents, not only now, but in the years ahead. The key for us to be successful is to stay the course. I'm confident that what you've been discussing this morning and will discuss this afternoon, and I have looked at the agenda, is a great start for us, but it will not stop here, because what we're going to be doing, as I've already indicated, is so dynamic and ever-changing that what we think it will look like today, and I'm confident in 5 or 6 years, it'll be potentially dramatically different. So thank you for showing up at this symposium. Thank you for not only what you're going to do today, but thank you for your willingness, I hope, will be to what we do tomorrow. This is a great beginning. I appreciate your presence here. One thing I can say about technology, because I just experienced it, it will not improve parking on college campuses. I know I've had a lot of experience. Parking reported to me when I was at the University of Georgia, and it was a bane of my existence. But again, without being overly long, I'm excited about seeing this many folks willing to come together and work with us in our offices to bring about a new future, whatever it may look like, as an important component of higher education, not just here, but all over the country. And I think what you do in many ways will serve as a great example to what can be done all over the country. Congratulations, and I look forward to hearing the results of this symposium.